Because you would take it. First of all, it's hard to be a woman in the field, and on top of that, you would discredit her and her contributions because she has a white husband. So they have to hide it. You wouldn't. Not only they're not taking them serious initially, but you would even give her a more excuse not to take her serious. Yo, you got a white husband, you can't talk that shit. But it should not take away from her contributions to what she's feeling about the struggle. Or help me, Wong.
I think you're articulating yourself perfectly. I just disagree.
It will and it does.
I agree with you.
It will and it does.
It shouldn't, but the truth is, it does.
Okay, I think it should. I think that's why
it should.
I think it should.
I disagree.
I think it should.
Why do I disagree?
You or Ice, I don't care. Anybody
I disagree because who are we to set the standard on what is important to somebody else? Again, I think if we start talking about pro-black issues, right, because that's what we're talking about, so I'm going to stay here. Somebody could be black with a black wife and black children and don't do shit for outside black people. They don't do a fucking thing. They selfish. They don't do nothing for nobody else. And then you can have somebody, a man and his white wife that spend tons of time. We're not even going to get into money. We're going to talk about time because time is more important. It's niggas that got their feet on the ground, helping people, helping other people progress in our neighborhoods that those same black people with a black wife and black kids don't do a fucking thing for. So when you look at that and you look at the actual acts and you look at the actual time being given, who is giving more to the black community in that particular instance?
See, I don't think that's in direct response to what I'm saying.
It's not?
How?
Because oh, go ahead.
You can go.
Because I don't think no one is saying that the only people that should be judged is the black person who's dating a white woman. So the black person who's married to a black person doesn't do shit. They should be judged too. On their
exactly.
Action.
So,
hear me out.
I'm not calling that person pro-black.
I'm not saying that they are.
No,
what I'm saying is that there are people that act like they are.
Yeah.
And you not pro-black just because you got a black family, and the people that might be a mixed family that are doing mad shit and doing giving mad contributions, you can't say that they're not.
Right. So my argument isn't that. First, my argument isn't that everybody who's in an all-black family is pro-black.
I'm not saying, that's not what I said.
I know you didn't say that. I'm responding to what you said. Just hear me out fully. So I'm saying that in the same way that I make a judgment against the person who's black who chooses a white partner or white partners, I'm also making a worse judgment to the black person who's with a black person
not doing shit.
that doesn't do shit. They get the worst judgment from me.
You're not addressing what I'm talking about. Address the family.
You'll see how it all connects if you let me finish, I promise. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the black person with the white person that is doing a lot, they also get a judgment from me. A positive judgment. I think that they're doing extraordinary work, and I would call them pro-black. I'm just saying that it's a demerit for me. You know, not that it doesn't. I'm not throwing away the black person with a white partner, and I'm not embracing the black person with a black person that doesn't do shit. I'm saying though it is a factor. Ice often talks about like the Madden scores. I'm just saying that bar. On the slider, that just goes down on the slider for me.
So you don't believe that you can just meet somebody and fall in love with them no matter what race they are?
Yeah, I think you can.
Even if you were pro-black, you just meet a lady and you fall in love with her. That you had black girlfriends your whole life or a black ex-wife and you met somebody and you fell in love with them. You don't feel like
I believe
that could happen?
I believe that some of these people, they wouldn't allow themselves to fall in love with a white person. I believe that some of these people, no matter how great the white woman might be,
watch Guess Who's Coming Home. Watch Guess Who's Coming Home for Dinner. Sidney Poitier.
So I think that a lot of people, again, no matter how dope the person would be, they would just not do it. You get what I'm saying? Like they would fight. They would fight it not to do it. And so I think that. Yeah, I think that if that's in your bag and you're not open to it, you're just not open to it. Everybody, like some people have Ice. Ice has a preference of some. I'm not dissing.
Go ahead. I ain't saying nothing.
Ice got a preference of petite women.
Yeah.
Right? So Ice could potentially meet a woman that is bigger. Ice wouldn't allow himself to go down that road. So he wouldn't even know that this woman is just an amazing, super duper duper dope ass person. Ice is not going to open himself up. That's fair?
That's fair.
Okay. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
I think
I'm
that's
not
right.
shitting on Ice. That's just, I know Ice, so I know his preferences. Yeah. I think that some people won't allow themselves.
Whoa. That's crazy to say. I know we be immature.
Why is it crazy, Joe?
Go ahead.
No,
I ain't gonna be immature
you can't do that.
That's a wow. Hey, yo, I know what the preference is.
Yeah, I heard it too. I was trying to stay locked in. Joe. That's why I stayed locked in. I ain't going.
I'm sorry. I ain't
What's wrong with you, man?
He prefers petite.
No,
petite women.
no, it just sound. That's cool.
Yeah,
He's
you're an
paid.
idiot.
I
Y'all
got
pay.
paid.
Y'all say, y'all.
I just think, like,
got paid.
I just think that, like, give you an example, like, Jane Fonda.
Okay, I'm listening.
You know where I'm going, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Jane Fonda was a huge financial supporter of the Black Panther Party.
Huge.
A lot of people don't know that. Huge financial supporter of the Black Panther Party. So this is in the 60s, 70s, where that shit was like blasphemy at that point in time. So do you now say Jane Fonda wasn't pro-black?
Again,
You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm just giving examples.
He just said it.
I
Puts
judge
he
somebody-
just
He just
said
knock the slider down a little bit.
Yeah.
You're not going to be
I-
a 99 overall. You might be a
I
96.
just feel like it's still.
I also
I'm
don't
judging
think
somebody-
pro-black means the same thing for white people and black people.
Exactly.
I don't think that means the same thing at all. Whoop-de-doo, Jane Fonda fucking donated some shit to the Black Panther Party. What it means for her to be pro-black and what it means for a black person to be pro-black, I don't view the same at all.
That's possible.
Okay.
I think everybody makes that up for themselves.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, I think that like I'm judging people based on who the person is. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's it. Like, and I think that more of us should do that. I think that sometimes when we don't get judged based on who we are, we find it offensive. Right,
Yeah,
like
and
we find it
become-
offensive,
and
we
become
get
part of the problem.
irate. We get super
because
irate
we want change. We do want change, and we talk about change, and then
without changing.
yeah, without changing. And I'm not saying dating outside your race, but I just said we want
Even
change.
that sounded racist to me.
What?
We want change without changing. Something sounds off about that to me.
That's not. No, it's not.
I'm just telling you how it sounds to me.
You become part of the problem if you. What's the word when you exclude people? Ostracize. What's the word? I'm looking for?
Ostracize.
But I don't want to ostracize people. I just don't want to. I think that part of black liberation has to come with building black community and black families.
I agree.
Okay, I agree with that.
And
100%.
I think that that's very difficult to do if we're not even looking at our looking for partners inside of our community. And it's not just women. I mean, I hear black gay men talk about this all the time. They say that a lot of the other black gay men, particularly when I talk like academics,
Yeah.
they say a lot of the black gay men who they would want to date are dating white men, Latino, white
understand.
Latinos, not
I
black
understand what you're
Latinos.
saying.
Like, they're looking outside. So it's not just even a gender thing. It's that part of white supremacy is teaching us that we're not good enough.
Good enough.
Okay.
And so
All
our
right, that's
success is
right.
to go outside. And so I'm skeptical. And so that's my skepticism of people. Again, I know people who have bogeys. They got. I don't want to frame it like that, but where there's
Bogeys.
where there's one person. There's one exception to the rule. I get that. But I find that sometimes when you look, there are some prominent black intellectuals.
Black people are the only people running around even to have the freedom to do the shit that we're talking about. Them other people is having different conversations in their households, and it ain't even their decisions, up to the parent. So don't you bring no nigga in here. Don't you bring no person that's not Chinese, Asian, white, Jewish. They
Right.
they just strict with it. We out here trying to be the
Right.
fuck out
The Rainbow Coalition.
Yeah, get
Right.
this shit the fuck
We
out
at
of
the
here.
bottom of the ladder.
They don't let none of that shit happen. They'll have a meeting every month. They'll go pick.
So who the black people dating? Who the Asian people dating? Like, if you're saying that the black people, other ethnicities aren't allowing it, how are white people dating so many people outside their race? And Asian women or black men are the two biggest demographics that are dating outside their race.
And here's why. Because you make a great point. But part of it is that when Asian women date white men, they're perceived as marrying up. So they said don't bring.
Oh, they fucking with the blacks too.
Yeah, but not nearly at the same rate. The families.
I don't know the percentages. I'm just telling you though. Those two things are factual.
And it's also which Asians. Like Cambodians are dating and Hmong are dating black men far more than like Koreans and
Filipinos,
Japanese. Yeah,
Russians,
exactly.
okay.
But the idea basically is we want to preserve our race or uplift our race. We're going to preserve our race by being with our people. We're going to uplift our race by getting white men. You know what I mean? And I think that's part of the equation.
And that's why that one friend that y'all mentioned talks like that.
I don't know what you mean. One friend.
The one friend that y'all said, if it ain't white, whatever.
Ain't snowing, ain't
That's
snowing.
why they talk like that.
I think that's more than
It's
just.
literally what they- I think it's literally-
That's a. Yes, I'm agreeing with you. Look, I'm thinking about it. I'm agreeing with that. What I'm saying is, it's this misconception that if you date outside your race, you are viewing your race as less than. That's a misconception, because I don't think white people are better than black people, at all. And my girlfriend is white, and I don't think white people, if you look at it in its entirety, can hold a candle to black people. So I don't feel that way. It's nothing insecure about me. I'm 49 years old. I've dated black women my whole entire life. I don't look at white women like they're better than black women. That's a misconception, and I also think that's a dismissive view of how we take something and just drop it in the water. Oh, he must have got self-hate or some other dumb bullshit that people say.
Mommy issues.
But when you talk like RG3,
He's
would
a
be
dodo.
different.
He's a dodo.
That's self-hate.
Okay.
He's saying
I
dodo
hear
shit.
that.
And he's been saying dodo shit. Like, this is who he is. This is who he's